Time for the business news now on the programme. Stephen is joining us as ever here in the studio. Stephen, you're starting with the markets, aren't you? They're really kind of celebrating still, aren't they, those results from the US midterm elections?
That's right. It was the best day on Wall Street after a midterm election since 1982. In fact, yesterday, investors welcoming both the political gridlock that a Democrat-controlled House of Representatives will bring, as well as the potentially tempering effects on White House policies. Now, the S&P 500 index surged by more than 2% on Wednesday. That's almost double the percentage gain the day after Donald Trump was elected. Midterm elections, whatever the results, do tend to be historically good for the markets. The positive sentiment carrying over into Asian trading today. The Nikkei in Tokyo up 1.8% at the end of the day. The Shanghai Composite seeing some red towards the end of its trading day, but gains too in Hong Kong and in Seoul. On the European markets, we've also got shares starting the day in the green. Travel and leisure shares leading the gains. There, just moderate gains across London, Paris and Frankfurt. Lots of companies reporting results this morning. The French bank Société Générale is among them. Their shares opened up 2.4% in Paris after their results showed a jump in profits. Well, despite the ongoing trade tension between the United States and China, Chinese exports grew by more than 15% in dollar terms in October. Exports to the US were up as well. That's as firms rush to try to beat any further increase in tariffs that might be imposed. Imports, though, from the United States down by almost 2%. Tesla has appointed a new chairwoman to replace Elon Musk. Robin Denholm is currently Chief Financial Officer at Australia's Tesla Corporation, as well as a board member, Australia's Telstra Corporation, as well as a board member of Tesla, similar sounding companies. Elon Musk is going to stay on as CEO of the electric car maker, but has agreed to give up his chairmanship as part of a settlement with US authorities after they accused him of misleading investors with a tweet over taking the company private. Profits of the Italian bank UniCredit plunged in the 3 months to the end of September. The bank reporting net earnings of €29 million. That's down from €2.8 billion a year earlier. UniCredit's boss said it had been hurt by the economic environment and the volatile Italian market. The bank's holding of safe assets, which are meant to act as a buffer in times of crisis, also fell over the quarter. Shares down almost 1.8% in Milan. Well, as we head into the busiest period of the year for online shopping, many brands are upping their efforts to stop the sale of counterfeits of their products. French customs officers seized 31 million tonnes of fake goods last year. Some companies have now even hired their own detectives to crack down on counterfeits, as Nick Rushworth reports.
This man used to work in the French police and now hunts down counterfeiters for a living. He works mainly for luxury labels and uses software to help build a picture of specific networks of counterfeiters.
As you can see here on the graphic, there are groups linked to other groups, and then some groups which are a little larger than others. They are like the network sales heads, if you like.
Once he's got enough data and proof, he hands over the information to his clients so that they can take legal action. Online marketplaces are also engaged in what is continual detective work. Fakes are a curse in terms of building customer confidence. At these French offices of the e-commerce platform Rakuten, it is a battle.
These are products customers have returned. This model, for example, does not exist, even though the shoe is well known and sells well. Here you've got a game controller, and this looks like a memory card for a camera. This is just a selection.
The company checks each ad before publication. Here they are comparing a pair of Lacoste glasses. It is a round-the-clock task with fraudsters working internationally. One of the main fake products at the moment in France is the World Cup football shirt, commemorating France's 2 World Cup victories. The 2-star version is sold out on the official website, but copies are being sold online. Some can be traced back here to Bangkok, where one shopping centre is packed with sportswear from teams around the world. It was possible to get not just one copy of a 2-star shirt, but 100 available for resale in France.
Real copy? Yeah, real copy.
Finally, for me, Samsung has unveiled the first look at its new foldable smartphone. The South Korean company was showing it off to developers, encouraging them to write apps for it. Samsung says it'll be ready for mass production in the coming months. It has been a race for smartphone makers to be the first to get foldable devices on the market. Some smaller brands have gotten there before Samsung, with models costing over €1,000 a piece. The idea is essentially to offer a tablet-sized screen that can fold up to the size of a normal smartphone. Apparently, people who saw this one said that it was very thick when you folded it over, though.
Yeah.
Quite a chunky thing to carry around there. Although it's worth noting, Samsung didn't let any journalists actually touch the phone.
Oh, okay.
It was just shown from a distance.
So you couldn't actually tell. I'm glad we saw those pictures. I don't know why. I imagined, that it was flexible.
Something
You
like
were
a
rolling it
Christmas
up.
cracker.
And, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Stephen. Stephen with Business. Alfred.